Hey guys, welcome back to Life with Twinsies. I'm Jasmine, and today I'm going to be bringing you a power video. This is going to be my predictions, and I'm also going to go over the trailer for episode 6. Now guys, I'm not in my normal setting today. I'm heading over to my job right now, so it's a little cloudy right now and the sun keeps going in and out, so hopefully I'm in focus and the video's not too dark and we can get through this. And I have my notes here so I can remember everything that happened, so I'm going to quickly go over this. So for the trailer for episode 6, the first thing we see is Ghost is sitting up in his own bed, and he has this look on his face that he's a little worried. We see a flash of him in the shower, and he's just letting the water run over his head. You hear his voice talking to Tasha, and they show a clip of a scene of Tasha and Ghost in the kitchen, and he's saying to her, "I was thinking we could start over, put the past in the past." Now, this threw me for a loop, guys, because I really wasn't thinking that Ghost would want to start over with Tasha. Now, at the end of season 3, you know, Tasha and Ghost had that scene where they were intimate, but if you notice how it ended, you know, Angela came into the club. When she came into the club to arrest her, he was so happy to see her, and the first thing he do was he grabs her face and he kissed her, and he's thinking they can be together now. So this whole thing with Ghost wanting to start over with Tasha, I don't know if I'm really feeling this, because I really ultimately think that Ghost is going to go back in the arms of Angela, and I know a lot of viewers don't want to see that, especially the female viewers. We don't want to see that crap, but I think I can't see anything else happening between Ghost and Angela. I don't see much purpose for her character if she doesn't have some type of involvement with Ghost. And I think throughout the process, he's probably going to have to end up saving her life at some point this season, because I'm sure Sandoval is going to be coming after her, or he might send somebody else after her. But I think if she tries to find out who the mole really is and who really killed Greg, her safety is going to be in jeopardy, because Sandoval don't play, and if he need to kill you to protect his own butt and his family, he will do that. So I'm interested to see how Tasha is going to respond when Ghost makes that comment, "I was thinking we could start over," because one of the scenes when she did go back to the prison and she was talking to him, she said to him that there's no way you can make this up to me. And she's enjoying the attention that she's getting from Silver. In episode 5, when Silver gave her that hug, you could see that there was some chemistry between those two. So I'm really interested to see how Tasha's going to respond when he makes that comment, and if she's even going to believe it, because, you know, like I said, they slept together in season 3, and then right after that she was just like, you know, you should probably go back to the office, because I don't want to give the kids the wrong impressions, because it isn't anything. And he was just like, yeah. So I'm not really buying this whole thing with Ghost starting over with Tasha. And I'm sure throughout the time that he spent in prison, he had a lot of time to reflect on everything that's taken place, and I'm sure he was very upset with Angela, that all that she put him through. And let's be honest, he put himself in that situation, but we're not going to get into that right now. But yeah, I'm sure he had some time to reflect and think about Tasha and how loyal she was to him and their family and everything that she's been through. So maybe he's thinking that, yeah, I would like to start over with my wife and try to make this work, because if you're married, you already know that there's going to be times where you're not always in love with your spouse. You may love your spouse, but I think that it's normal in marriages for you to fall in and out of love. So we shall see what happens with Ghost and Tasha. And plus, he's going to be pissed with her once he finds out that she went to Simon Stern for money. So that's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. So after that scene, we get to see Tommy in Chicago. Tommy's talking to this white gentleman, and he says, we had a hiccup with distribution. The man tells Tommy, you're not going back to work with Ghost. Now, to me, you can take this two different ways. Either Chicago clearly wants Ghost out of the picture because maybe he's bringing too much attention on their agenda, and it's too much of a risk right now with him just getting out of jail, and they know that he's going to be being watched. So maybe they want Ghost out of the picture, and besides, Tommy don't need Ghost to really run the operation. So maybe they're just telling him, we want Ghost out the picture. Could they try to do what Lobos did and tell Tommy, we want you to take care of Ghost? I don't really think that's necessarily what it's going to be. They might be sending somebody else after Ghost if they want him out of the picture. Now, as far as what the other option could be, when they say you're not going back to work with Ghost, maybe they want him to run an operation elsewhere. Maybe they want him to set up something in Chicago. It could be. I really don't feel strongly either way with that, but I'm kind of leaning towards they don't want Ghost to be involved with this anymore, because he would be attracting too much attention, and they don't want that. And besides, they probably already know that Ghost wants out of the game, and they probably also know that Ghost is not aware that they are selling drugs, running the drugs through Truth. We next get a quick flash of Ghost walking into what looks like an abandoned warehouse or maybe a crack building, and he pistol whips this guy and continues to walk up the stairs. So my thought is, if he's walking into an abandoned warehouse, maybe he thinks this is where they are potentially keeping Tariq. So next, Julio and Dre are seen talking under a bridge, which I think is really stupid. I don't know why Julio would confront Dre when he knows for sure now that Dre has been lying to him. So why risk confronting him unless Julio feels that he's been shown all this disrespect, nobody's respecting him on the street, so maybe he thinks that Dre's gonna be the example and he's just gonna step to him and put him in check. Maybe that's what Julio's thought is, but I think Dre, being a scaredy cat that he is, he'll be quicker to go ahead and try to take Julio out before Julio takes him out. So we're gonna see how this plays out. And Julio says to Dre in that scene, I saw you talking to Kanan. We hear Dre respond, Kanan wants back into the game. I shut it down. Simple as that. And we get a quick flash of Kanan getting out of a car. Now, Dre with all these bullshit lies, bullshit excuses. Julio, I don't think, even though Dre thinks really quick, I don't think Julio is going to be buying it right now, and I think he's going to know that Dre is lying to him. So this might be the episode that we see the showdown between Dre and Julio, and Julio ultimately get killed, because if he has this information, I don't think that he is going to be the one who reveals to Ghost that Kanan is alive. So I'm thinking that something's going to happen prior to Ghost finding out to Julio. Which brings us to the next clip that they show us. Ghost is walking around Truth, and it looks very dark in there, so I'm assuming they haven't reopened yet, or this is just right before their opening. And you see Simon Stern. Simon Stern says to Ghost, I gave Tasha a lot of money and I'm here to collect. So guys, this right here, I have seen a lot of things on YouTube this week, and I've even got in on a few conversations myself. But I'm thinking Simon is either after Truth again, or he wants Ghost to work for him. I'm sure Simon Stern has to know about this deal that Ghost has with the Bassett family and running the and opening up the nightclubs in their hotel chains. So maybe he wants in on that action, or he wants to be competition. So it's going to be interesting to see what Stern is coming after, but we definitely know that it's no good, and he's trying to get Ghost back for what Ghost did to him. Ghost made him look stupid, and he got his clubs back. So of course Stern is coming after him, and I don't know if Stern is sick or if he's just been under a lot of stress, but we all can agree that he didn't look the same in the last episode. So it's going to be interesting to see where the storyline is going with Stern and where he's at in life right now. But all I know is that he's coming for Ghost, and he wants something. We see a very quick flash of Tasha sitting at the dinner table, and she looks like she's arguing with Ghost, and she's saying we didn't have enough money to take care of the kids. Now guys, this must be right after Stern shows up at Truth to talk to Ghost, and Ghost is confronting Tasha about why she called him in the first place to get this loan. So I'm sure she's going to be pleading her case in this scene, and Ghost is going to be very upset with her, which is really stupid. She already knew before she even picked up the phone to call Stern that Ghost was on his way home. So why not wait a couple more hours if it had to be the next day? What was that going to hurt? Okay? And let him and you guys sit down and talk together and figure this out. It's always a really bad move for married couples when they make decisions without consulting the other one. That's always 100% of the time going to cause an argument, going to cause some problems. And like I said before, she had went to him when he was in prison and told him do not make any decisions without talking to her first. Now she did the same thing. So I'm sure he's going to tear into her, and he's going to be furious with Tasha. My whole thing with their assets being frozen is she was still going out and buying dresses, and she didn't buy one dress, she didn't buy two dresses, she had several options. And her and Keisha looking through her closet, and she's like, well, which one you gonna wear? You want to wear this red one? No, that's too much. You got all these damn options. First of all, that closet is huge. You mean to tell me out of all the shit you already had, you couldn't find one dress and one suit, no skirt and blouse to wear to court? You had to go out and buy new shit? I think that Tasha has gotten so comfortable with their lifestyle that she forgot how to scratch and survive. Now keep it real. If your assets were frozen and you had to pinch pennies, why are you going out and buying new clothes, paying cash for them, first of all? And all the people that they run circles with, you mean to tell me you didn't know anyone that could give you a loan without going to Stern? That was the only possible person you could borrow money from out of all the people you know. People with money usually all run in the same circles, so there was no one else that had some clean money that could help you out. I have a hard time believing that. And I understand that she sold her wedding ring. I just really find it hard. All the stuff that they have in that house that had to be worth thousands of dollars. Not only that, her jewelry, them expensive damn bags that she had, she could have came up with a good amount of money, I'm thinking. I don't know if it would have covered their entire tuition, but she would at least had some money to help them out until Ghost got home. You do whatever you have to do. I mean, I guess Tasha she's been living wealthy for so long, she just really forgot how to scratch and survive. I mean, I understand that she had to come up with the money for Raina and Tariq's tuition. What's the worst case scenario here? They get expelled and you have to start over and place them in another school. It's temporary, but when I understand she don't want her family to face that embarrassment, but I think that all of that would have been worth, you know, waiting until your husband got home and you guys coming up with a plan to get some money, some clean money, before going ahead and getting back in bed with Simon Stern. That's just the dumbest thing she could have did right there, and I didn't expect Tasha to be that stupid. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, and believe me, calling Simon Stern would have been a life or death decision for me, and they weren't there yet. Then we see a quick flash of Ghost. I'm assuming this is probably the abandoned warehouse or the crack house that he went back into, because all you see is newspaper covering the windows, and he's holding the gun to the back of this guy, and this guy is wearing headphones. So maybe this guy has something to do with the ransom, because as you guys know, with Jukebox being a police officer, she could have some of her fellow dirty cops in on this whole thing, and maybe that's who this guy is. He could be someone listening. That's what I'm probably thinking it is, somebody working with Jukebox, or it could be that the feds are still watching him. But I'm tending to think that it's probably somebody associated with Jukebox. So we'll see how this scene plays out. Ghost is really, I think he's just gonna be kicking ass and taking names. I mean, because it's just gonna be a lot that he's gonna have to deal with fresh from getting out of prison. We see a quick flash of Kanan sitting in a car. He's holding a gun and he's talking to somebody on the phone, and he tells the person Ghost is about to get what he deserves, and you see him tuck the gun in his pants. I'm thinking maybe Kanan is outside of this building that Ghost just went in, and he's going in there behind him. So I'm assuming at this point Ghost doesn't know that Kanan is alive, and Kanan is thinking he's gonna sneak up on him and surprise him and kill him that way. Obviously, guys, it's looking as though Ghost will learn that Kanan is alive in episode 6. So guys, then we see Jukebox is shown standing behind Tariq, who's sitting in a chair, and they're both staring at someone. You can't make out who it is. It looks as if it could be Ghost though. I'm not really sure on that. But they're both staring at someone, and Tariq has this look of anger on his face and betrayal. He's just looking like he got attitude. So I'm thinking it could probably be his dad, but obviously he's gonna find out that his boy Slim and Jukebox are up to no damn good, and they've been playing him this whole time. So I'm sure he's gonna be pissed and giving a little stink attitude that he's had all season. I'm really interested to see how he's going to act towards his parents, knowing that he's been playing them all along, telling these lies and getting played. So guys, in the final shot, we see Jukebox standing over Tariq, and I'm assuming he's probably asleep. It looks like she may have even drugged him, given him some more to lean, who knows. But she whispers to him, "Lights out." And that right there was that's some creepy stuff, just the way she said it. But it really got me like, ooh, really looking forward to this episode. Hope it's every bit as good as 5 was, and I think we're all in for a treat Sunday. This is going to be such a good episode. I'm thinking Ghost will find out about Kanan being alive. He's going to find out that Tariq is being held hostage. He's going to find out that Tommy is MIA. No one knows where he is except for Patar, and I'm not sure what Patar and Ghost, what their interaction will be, if any, in this episode, because Ghost was probably under the assumption that Patar went back home. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, and I think we'll probably see the death of Julio. What I'm really looking forward to though is how Dre is going to interact with Ghost, because I think Ghost can smell his bullshit a mile away, and I'm sure when he comes to Ghost with all these stupid lies and Ghost start asking questions, I'm just really curious to see how Dre is going to interact with him, especially once he finds out that Kanan is alive. I think Dre is going to be around a little while longer, because they need him for this connection that he has with Karen Bassett. So I don't think he gets killed off in the next episode. Even if he did, I would not feel sorry. I would not be hurt. They would not hurt my feelings at all if they got rid of Dre, because I do not like his character. I do not like lying little weasels always trying to get out of something. So he got to go eventually. But Tommy being in Chicago, guys, this has me a little worried. Some people have predicted that Tommy dies in episode 6, and I really hope this is not the case. I don't want to see Tommy killed off at all. I think he's too important to this show to be killed off. I don't see anyone else right now who could take that spot as Ghost's right-hand man and Tommy is killed off. I know the situation with Tommy is going to get really sticky, and they're probably going to make an attempt on Tommy because Tommy's not scared of anyone, and he's not going to just let you poke him and talk shit to him. That's not the type of person he is. So just like he stood up to Milan and got beat up by their crew, I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing happens when he goes to Chicago and they make an attempt on him. That's just how Tommy is. He don't care. If he gotta go down, oh well, he'll go down fighting. So I really don't see this show without Tommy right now. So hopefully they won't kill my man's off. I've said this many times, Tommy is my favorite character, so if he goes, I will take that really hard. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to stop watching the show. That will never happen. But what I am saying, though, it would be hard for me to get over the death of Tommy. Guys, stay tuned till Sunday. Let's see what happens. If you guys have not seen my previous video when I was discussing the theory that I had between Simon Stern and Terry Silver, check that out. I'll also link it below in the description. If you have predictions, leave them below in the comments. Let's get the conversation going. Sunday, we'll have a new video coming to you. We'll recap episode 6 and gives our initial thoughts and opinions. And then I'll have more power videos coming throughout the week. And for my subscribers out there who like watching our family vlogs, we'll probably have a family vlog coming to you at some point this upcoming week. But until then, stay tuned, guys, for our next video. Life with Twinsies. I'm out.